So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world, Jeddah. One of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Pastor Maldonado lines up on pole position, just edging out Alex Albon, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Sainz, Norris, Stroll, Drugovich, Liam Lawson, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Ocon, Hulkenberg, De Vries, Sargent, Verstappen, Perez, Joe, Bottas, and Cookie. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today.
And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson.
Let's talk about Mercedes. We've had a significant regulation change for this season, but from what we can gather at this early stage, it seems they've had some trouble adapting their car.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? We'll soon find out. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations. Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
Okay, good work. Great pass. P19, you have P19 now. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Sargent's behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. And that's 49 laps to go. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Okay, that's De Vries ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:33.9. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.8 seconds. Ahead of you now, and gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time was a 1:33.4. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 3/10 a lap. Good work. Okay, gap ahead is 2.5 seconds. Trailing our teammate by 15.1 seconds. Gap to the car in front is 4.0 seconds. Gap to your teammate ahead is 16.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in first. And the time last lap was a 1:32.0. Sergeant behind, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. the angle of the front wing to a +1 setup. P17. Okay, Hulkenberg just ahead. Push. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 6.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Sargent's behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Okay, 41 laps to go. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.6 seconds. Information on De Vries. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. Okay, we've lost a position, that's us down a place. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 9.1 seconds. Approaching the pit window, you're going to be on mediums. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay, clear. Some information on Sargent. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Hastel's coming in for his stop now. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Lawson is in the pits. Lawson into the pits. In this lap. Push now. Give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake. Understood. Stopping this lap. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy. Alright, we're last of the running cars right now. De Vries just ahead. Let's push for that position. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They seem to have an issue. Pit window will be open in 17 laps time. Pit window opens in 17 laps. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Bottas is ahead of you now, and the gap to the car in front is 9.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. Your last lap time was a 1:32.7. Okay, gap ahead is 8.4 seconds. Currently trailing our teammate by 43.1 seconds. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Bottas ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 8.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has some minor front wing damage, but is currently maintaining its pace. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 32.9. You're gaining by 1.6 seconds a lap. Make the changes to the front wing next time you're in. Front wing angle to +1. +1 now. Bottas is ahead of you now. Okay, gaps in the car ahead is 7.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. Time last lap was a 1:33.0. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths. Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up. Gap to your teammate ahead is 46.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in second. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 30.4. Bottas ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has some front wing damage, but it's not losing too much pace yet, just be aware. And the time last lap was a 1:33.3. Right, you're closing in by around 1.4 seconds a lap. Okay, so that's P20 right now, P20. Bottas is ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.0 seconds. They're on old mediums, and that's De Vries behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. 27 laps to go. Increasing the gap on the car behind by 5/10 a lap. Catching the car in front by about a second a lap. Okay, there's a fault with the DRS. You will not be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out for now. Okay, that's Pastor in the pits. Pastor's in the pits. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind. Piastri's behind, and the gap behind us is 2.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Time last lap was a 1 minute 50.5. Lost the position, try to keep focus. P20, Bottas ahead. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums, and that's De Vries behind. We're leading the car behind by 2.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time, 5 laps, and that's 23 laps to go. Overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. Okay, some information on Gasly. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow. Yellow flag. Okay, you've currently got 19th place. Bottas is ahead of you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. De Vries is behind you now. Okay, gap to the car behind. 1.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. 21 laps to go. Let's get past them. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. We've been handed a 3-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 17.9 seconds. Box for coming in this lap. overtake button for more power. We need to push. That's Gasly ahead, and gap to the car in front is 2.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. Your last lap time was a 1:32.7. We're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Come on. And that's De Vries behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. And the time last lap was a 1:34.0. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, we're currently in the back. That's last place. Bottas ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 5.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 17 laps to go now. Mind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it. Gap to the car in front is 16.7 seconds. You're putting good distance between yourself and the car behind. Box to mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now. Bottas is ahead of you now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor. Time last lap was a 1:31.2. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. Keep going. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.5 seconds. Aston's coming in for his stop now. Bottas ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. The car ahead has some front wing damage, but it's not losing too much pace yet. Just be aware. Your last lap time was a 1:31.5. This is excellent stuff. You're closing in by 7/10 a lap. Bottas is ahead of you now. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Car ahead has some minor front wing damage, but is currently maintaining its pace. And the time last lap was a 1:31.6. You're closing by 0.4 a lap. Keep it going. Gap to the car in front is 1.9 seconds. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, gap ahead is 1.7 seconds. Reese is behind you now. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:30.3. that place back. Is ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The last lap time was a 1:30.7. Come on, mate, we're dropping back by a second a lap. Flag. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, Pasta's out of the race. Currently the fastest lap is at 1 minute 28.6. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Come on! Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
There aren't many teams, as they come out onto the podium now, who could do what Haas have managed to accomplish here. It's hard to believe how competitive they've already become. Amazing victory. Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
It's an interesting one today. On balance, I think I have to call out Alexander Albon. A really solid drive from him today, and one that he and his team should be proud of.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. No change in the top spot then, but with today's points, their hold on that lead is getting weaker. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today, as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.